Welcome back to WTOL 11. We are downtown here in Survivors Village, also known as Hensville, but we just had the parade go by, and I'm actually joined with a survivor myself this morning. So, Luann, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
How long have you been a survivor?
39 years.
9 years.
And here I go. I'm going to cry. And then again 7 years ago.
Okay,
So, yeah.
You've had this journey here for 2 times now.
Correct.
But you have a great team that is supporting you. Tell me about your team.
I'll say, so the team is called Save the Goodies. It's a little bar in South End called Goodies Sports Bar. And they said Save the Goodies, that's where they got the name from. The owner's father and I came up with it a while back, and he has passed since then. But, yep, 39 years. I'm blessed.
Yes.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, and you have a great team behind you, and you said that there's also another person on your team who is also a survivor.
There
right?
is, and I don't see her. Her name is Vicky, and she just had another little bout also, so.
Okay, but like I said, you have that team, and you're here at events like this, and how many races have you been to?
Oh gosh, I think this is my sixth.
Sixth race.
Yep.
Wow, and you're going to be going here and doing the race, but what is your favorite part?
Oh, you know what? My favorite part is coming across the finish line. Because whether you walk or run, when you finish, you're finishing in the support of breast cancer survivors and those who did not survive.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Luann, for being here, and we're so happy that you're here celebrating and working on a cure with us.
Thank you.
Of course, there's still a lot that's going on here downtown. I know Jeff, he's at the starting line, and you can see there's a lot of activities. Let's turn it over to him.
The activity's starting to grow over here, Diane. Thank you so much. The other thing I think Diane, even the meteorologist that she is, did not mention the fact that we've got sunshine out here, and I'll tell you what, the spirits are rising as well. I want to come over real quick. We're live on WTOL right now.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing real good. How are you?
I was struck by the sign on your back, 9 years cancer-free.
Yes, I am.
You are a warrior, you are a champion, you are a survivor this morning.
All right, thank you.
Talk a little bit about how many years you've come out to this event.
I believe this is our 5th year doing this now.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. It's a great day out here.
Absolutely. It is beautiful, and thank you so much. And this your team right here?
This is my group right here.
Awesome. Good luck to you this morning. A lot of smiles, a lot of hugs, and that, I'll tell you what, that's what the spirit is about, and that is what Komen focuses on each and every year. We had a chance to sit down with not only the executive director, Gretchen Awad, but also talk to another one of those warriors, those survivors, those champions. Here's our story.
My dad's side of the family, his mother and 2
Jackie Highland Berensweg is a fighter. She's had to be, with a family history of breast cancer that goes back years. You see, her sister, Polly Highland Tracy, was a mother of 3 when she was diagnosed at age 35. She lost her battle in 1990, and in 1991 became the namesake behind Toledo's Polyball breast cancer fundraiser.
I was so adamant that I didn't want that to happen to me, that I was my own best advocate.
Remember, I said Jackie was a fighter. She too, a mother of 3, and diagnosed just 6 years ago. But today, she is cancer-free. And this year's 29th Race for the Cure means so much.
There's nothing better than if you're a survivor going to race day, and every year you get a mark, okay, it's one more year, it's one more race, I've made it, is the best feeling in the entire world. And then to be able to do that surrounded by your closest friends and family, there's really nothing better.
Coming out of the pandemic, Susan G. Komen Northwest Ohio Executive Director Gretchen Awad says, sure, the race is a wonderful community event, but she says it also serves a bigger purpose. It acts as a reminder.
You know what? I haven't gotten a mammogram. Or I did have something that I didn't follow up with my doctor about. We hear stories like that over and over, and it's one of the blessings of my job, is people come up to me and say, you don't know me, but I know you, and let me tell you what Race for the Cure did for me.
Another example of it being a reminder, the message the race sends to our youth, the power of pink at a soccer game, and what it means going forward.
I mean, it's great. I love wearing these. I was so happy that someone was able to chip in and bring us these jerseys. when it takes that personal feeling and it affects so many people, it's just something, it's a little something that we can do.
Komen is the second largest nonprofit breast cancer researcher next to the federal government. And Awad talks about Komen's 360-degree approach to someday living in a world without it.
We want to make sure that we are following the paths to make sure that every woman and man has equal and equitable access to health care. Not every race event in the country did come back, but we did, and a national organization recognized the importance of this strong community and what Race for the Cure means for this community.
And what it means for a survivor and a fighter.
The day of the race, as a survivor, as a current fighter, as someone who's lost a loved one, it's a great time to be surrounded, to celebrate in their memory, in their honor, to offer support for someone going through a current battle.
You know, the one thing we find out year after year is that these warriors, these survivors, these fighters, they can't do any of this alone. They've got a team behind them. And this morning I thought, you know what? As we go to break, I need a team behind me as well. That's why I have Wyatt here with me. Joe Cromer, photojournalist, is going to help me showcase Wyatt. And Wyatt, you've got a message for everybody back there in TV land.
We'll be right back.
Well done.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us for our special coverage of the 2022 Northwest Ohio Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. We are just under 30 minutes.
We're getting
from
close.
This race starting, and this is the 29th year here in our area.
It is. They know how to do it. And just a few minutes ago, I know the wind's kicking up a little bit, but the sun is coming up a little bit more. The clouds are breaking. So, but you know, it's cool, which is good for runners. Mm-hmm. Those who are doing this competitive 5K, which starts at 9:30. As my wife is a runner, she knows, she tells me all the time, we want cool weather. So I think it's good, really good conditions for them.
Yeah, and it's happening just at the perfect time, right? That
Right.
we're seeing things get a little brighter out here, I think, as we get closer to this race.
So don't let the rain that maybe fell earlier discourage you from coming on out. We want to get out to our Madeline Watkins, who is out in the midst of all the people out there this morning. Maddie, we can hear more buzz behind us right now. It looks like the crowd's building, right?
Yes, and buzz is actually a really good word because there's a giant group here at the registration that kind of caught my eye. They are all wearing some bumblebee bandana or headbands, and I'm actually joined by who it's all for. This is Alicia. So, tell me about your army here. Why are you guys here?
Well, this is my really awesome gym family. We all go to LB's circuit training, and every year they come out and support me, and we have a couple other survivors from the gym. So it's just a time to connect with the community and connect with each other outside of the gym. And of course, we always like to have fun, so every year it's kind of like some fun, different theme.
Yeah. So you kind of have a unique story. You were first diagnosed when you were 28 years old.
Yes.
We don't get mammograms normally that early. Talk to me kind of about your story, how you were able to detect it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I do like to share my story just because it's not usual to get a cancer diagnosis that young, and I had a lump in my breast, and because I was young and I didn't have other risk factors, I kind of let it go, just thinking, oh, it's a cyst, or I don't know, it's nothing serious. My husband finally encouraged me to get it checked out, and that's when we found out that I had breast cancer, and of course it had progressed probably past where we would want it to be just because I wasn't proactive about it. So I encourage everyone, you know your body, and if there's something wrong, just go and get it checked out.
Yeah, and then unfortunately 3 years ago, you were also diagnosed again.
Yes, I know. Sometimes they say, like, if you've made it 15 years without a recurrence, that's a really good sign because the chance of recurrence is really low. So I kind of had this false sense of security, like, yeah, I'm out of the woods. But unfortunately, I got another diagnosis. But this time, because I was on top of my mammograms, they caught it very early. So it was much better going through it the second time than the first.
Well, I'm so happy that you're here today.
Thank you.
Go enjoy your time, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, of course. And don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this break.
Welcome back once again. Live coverage here on WTOL, Race for the Cure. Susan G. Komen, and I've got one of the representatives from Susan G. Komen now joining me live. Sean Chacklett, thank you so much for taking some time. You have kind of bounced around Northwest Ohio and Northeast Ohio as well with some of these events. The spirit never changes, does it?
No, it's absolutely amazing how people gather for this event, the stories we hear, just the bringing together of everyone. I mean, now that we're kind of through the pandemic, we tried to be in person here last year. Now we're like full go again. It's great to have everybody back and feel that energy.
What is it? Talk to me a little bit about the spirit behind the walk, the run. What is it that drives people to be a part of this?
First and foremost, community. I mean, we're bringing people together every year from all walks of life, from all over Northwest Ohio, to talk about their story, their journey with breast cancer, their families, their friends, their colleagues. We all get together, celebrate another year, remember those that we've lost, but it really brings the community together, and we do this as a cause because we realize how this affects everyone in our community.
The other thing that we're told again and again is that this is almost a check-off calendar moment for a lot of these folks as well, because it's a reminder not only for the survivors and the warriors, but also a reminder for everybody else who is a part of their team. Get your health checked.
Absolutely. That's such a big part of what we do in terms of continuing to support one another in their health journey, right? And so we talk about our breast cancer journey, both for those who have been diagnosed, but for those who need to go every year and get checked. So, men get breast cancer too. So, women need to get checked, but men need to pay attention to their bodies as well.
One of the things that's been told to me again and again is how bad the pandemic was as far as checking your own health is concerned. Is that message getting out there?
It is, and we're seeing now that we really are going to focusing on what was the effect of the pandemic in terms of screening rates and things like that, because people were putting it off because, hey, we were stuck at home. So now we're going to be seeing, probably most likely down the road, that we may have increased numbers of diagnoses and things like that, but we're keeping an eye on it, we're working through that, and we're trying to find out how this is really going to affect us long term.
We're about 20 minutes out. I'm not a meteorologist, you're not a meteorologist, but we're about 20 minutes from race time, and we're starting to see a break in these clouds.
Little crack in the sun, yeah, and I mean, perfect timing, right?
Absolutely. Sean, thank you so much. Continue good work to you. We appreciate the time as always. We're going to check in with that starting spot once again. We are at the starting line. Once again, I'm going to check the clock. We are about 19 minutes away from the start of the race, but my co-anchor, Melissa Andrews, she is here as well this morning, getting ready to kick things off. We're going to take a listen right here, right now.
Year after year, the partners who help make this race possible are
Walter. Everybody has worked so hard this year. She's been a volunteer with Susan G. Komen, and she's a survivor herself, really making sure that we have an event to celebrate all of you and to remember those that we've lost in their battle with cancer as well.
Do an interview with everybody. Welcome back, and we are still outside of Survivors Village here, right kind of in the track, but I met a great family and a really great team. So we have Karen, she is a survivor. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
How long have you been a survivor?
18 years.
18 years. That's fantastic.
18 years. Yes, Karen.
And, yes, you have a really great squad. Tell me who came down to support you this morning.
I got 2 girls and their kids and their husbands and my grandkids all right here.
Oh, so it's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
And how long have you all been coming down here?
17 years.
All 17 years. And you were talking about the sign your family was. So tell me about this sign.
It's got all of our survivors. They used to come until they were gone, but now they're gone, but they're still with us. Still with us in spirit.
They're still here.
That's
they're
right.
still racing.
That's right. That's
and,
right.
We're still going to remember them and also supporting
Absolutely.
as well. And what is everybody's favorite part about the race?
Just gathering together.
Just seeing everybody together.
Yeah.
The camaraderie.
Yes. It's usually a lot, huge where you can't even walk down the street. But
I think the weather kept them away.
Well, the sun is coming out now, so we're excited for that.
That's okay. We're here.
Yes,
we are here, exactly. So, of course, that race is going to get started. So let's turn it back over to Tim and Tiffany right now.
Thank you, honey.
All right, Diane, thank you so much. Yeah, we're excited for this race to begin, and the excitement's building. The sun is now out here in downtown Toledo. But for so many women, there's that moment in time where you get a phone call or you realize something's wrong, and then you get that phone call that just kind of freezes everything and you remember it forever, right?
Yeah, you do remember it forever. It can be a difficult moment in your life that really takes you back. But I spoke with a local woman who tells me that moment in her life really helped her strengthen friendships. I mean, it was difficult to start, but now she's also on a mission to help others. It started as a typical day. Monica Riley just clocked out from work at the post office.
It was on December 1st, 2014 at approximately 5:28 p.m.
At that moment, a phone call changed everything.
He said, "Hello, this is Monica." I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news?"
It was a doctor. She had breast cancer. It was in its early stages, but they didn't know how aggressive it was. Monica admits she's a private person, but her coworker and new friend, Vita Watkins, who on any other day would have been gone by now, was right there.
She's been with me ever since.
It was hard, you know. It was kind of like when it happened to her, it kind of happened to me.
I think that was the last time I cried because I knew what I had to do. And I knew God was going to take care of me.
Tests, biopsies, a lumpectomy, radiation, oral chemo treatments. It was a lot. But Monica had the support of family and her friends like Rhonda Coates.
She's a very loving, outgoing person. She's just always out there giving and talking to people.
They rallied around her, walking in Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure as Team Black Diamond, starting back in 2015. Vita came up with the name.
It's unique and different and kind of one of a kind. Like, it don't just, a lot of people don't have them. We turn up. Black Diamond surely represents.
And this year, they will walk again. But for the second time, Monica's biggest supporter, her father, won't physically be in attendance.
Unfortunately, my dad passed away last year. And it just broke my heart, you know. It just broke, and it's still hard.
She wears his photo around her neck, and her mission to be a similar support for others goes on. Monica encourages women to self-check, get mammograms, and pay attention to their bodies.
Early detection saved my life.
Well, I can't wait to see Black Diamond turn up here today. They're getting ready to turn up here in just a few minutes here when that race starts. But it's interesting statistic, Tim. Black women are more than 40% likely to die from breast cancer than white women. And so today, this race is in celebration of Monica Riley and her journey.
And we don't know why. That's something I'm sure they're working on as far as the research goes, because if you can pinpoint a reason for that, you can make a big difference, I think.
I think there are so many factors when you talk about that, right? Barriers to care, when you when you're going to get that care.
And that could be the biggest one.
Disparities, right? There are a lot of things that you have to think about in that sense, but it's so great to see her on that mission, creating this, really, this movement to help other women who are going through what she's gone through.
We all felt watching your story, the energy that she has.
Yeah.
You can tell that she brings that every day, and I'm sure she'll bring that today too.
Yeah, you can find more on our website. They're having a gala where they're going to be giving some money back to Susan G. Komen.
Love it. We're going to be right back. Our live coverage of the Race of the Cure continues 14 minutes until the start of the 5K competitive race. Stay with us, everyone.